Yo, what's going on YouTube? Lore Master here. We're gonna be talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode 4. This episode, just wow, it's really strong. Again, whatever they're doing for Strange New Worlds, we got to get this on the other Star Trek shows because my God, they are just knocking it out of the park with this show. Compared to the other shows. This one, they really go back to that kind of Star Trek has always kind of had that feel of like it's a submarine in space. It's like it's supposed to be the Navy. It's not supposed to be like fighter jets in space. So this episode is really strong. It feels like they're in a submarine in space. Like just this episode, the way it played out. So to get into it, they go to this planet and it's the people there are attacked and they don't know where they're at. They're like, "Where's the people at?" And it turns out they're in a cargo ship or something like that, just like kind of hiding out in space. They bring them aboard, but it's their bait from a Gorn attack. So we don't get to see the Gorn, but it's the Gorn attack them in space, and they are caught off guard, so they couldn't raise shields or whatever, and they're like heavily damaged. So they go and they hide in a brown dwarf star. I don't know how that works, but we'll go along with it. They go and hide in a brown dwarf star on the edge of a black hole. And as they're hiding in the brown dwarf star, it's kind of like they have no sensors or anything because they're all damaged and stuff. But they find a way where they can track the Gorn ship that's chasing them through the brown dwarf star. And they drop a torpedo because there's only one torpedo because they've been heavily damaged, so they can only launch one torpedo. They kill the Gorn ship, but they're like, oh crap! They realize that Gorn ship was bait, so now they gave away their location. So then, more Gorn ships start coming in and trying to like find them. So then they have to dive deeper, kind of like a submarine would, into the brown dwarf star. But the pressure is going to start crushing them, the star, and eventually they get so low that they can't go any deeper into the star, or it will kill them. So they stop, and right at the limit where they stop, the Gorn ships can't survive. So the Gorn ships get crushed. So they're like, well, we can't stay down here forever. So they send up a shuttle, and it's I can't. Oh, Noonien, this Noonien Soong chick, whatever her, I don't know, like her official name, something Soong. Her and Spock go up in a shuttle, and she sees the Gorn ships like shooting lights at each other, and apparently that's how they communicate. Like, oh, I think I saw that as a kid because she was attacked by Gorns as a kid. This is where it kind of falls apart for me a little bit, but it's still a good episode. And she sees like they communicate by lights. She's like, I think I saw that as a kid. So Spock mind melds her, and she remembers that her brother, I think it was, or her boyfriend or something like that, uh, translated all the light signals into like letters so they can like understand the Gorn. And they tricked the Gorn into firing at their own ship because they think humans took over that Gorn ship. Then, but they still have to get the Enterprise out of there. So what they do is they figure out a way to, well, they go towards the edge of the black hole, and they know that if someone's looking at the black hole, it's just going to look like the ship's like standing still and blows up. So from the outside perspective, it's going to look like the ship blows up, but really they escape because light can't escape the black hole. So they kind of trick the Gorn into being like, look, we blew up, but really they're just kind of like riding the edge of the black hole, going fast enough not to get sucked in. So that was kind of an interesting. They're adding a little more science into it, with like the way the black holes look and stuff. So I'm really liking that. We also got a lot of interaction between the crew in this episode, which is good. Kind of always had that in the old shows, but in the new shows, like the crew chemistry just hasn't really worked out too well. But the chemistry is starting to build between the crew in this show. It's actually really good. Um, Maybe not better than 3 for me. I think episode 3 was probably my favorite right now. We'll have to see. This is a really good episode. It's just I kind of like the more mystery aspect of it that we got in episode 3. But if you kind of like the more actiony kind of like suspense, I guess, um, episode 4 is really strong and really good. This I just don't know what they did, but they are pulling no stops on this Strange New Worlds show. It is really good. If you're a Star Trek fan, that is. Um, Going forward, I just hope this momentum can continue. Episode 5, hopefully it's good. But yeah, as always, just do all the fun YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time for episode 5. Might be doing some Obi-Wan stuff, so stay tuned.